Oh,
please.
man. This is beautiful, George.
Well, thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. That's downtown Atlanta. You can see straight downtown Atlanta.
But you can't anymore.
If you come over this way, you'll see a little more of it.
And I can't even, you used to be able to probably see Stone Mountain from here.
That's Stone Mountain right there.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it.
That's
you
Stone
can
Mountain
still
right
see
there.
it.
Until next week.
Yeah, because it looks like that building's gonna.
Yeah.
When I toured George's Buckhead penthouse, the view reminds him of his childhood that is filled with personal memories of historic significance.
3220 Osmond Road is where I grew up and born and raised. So much history came out of that house. I did not know it at the time. Back in the early 60s, my brother George Wallace Jr., after my dad, one of the first professional black golfers in America. And all of the older guys, we didn't know that was history at the time. Charlie Sifford, Lee Elder, George Johnson, all of them, they stayed at my house back in the day in the 60s and in the late 50s when I was a kid. But we didn't know that was history. You know, they didn't have hotels and things like that. They had them downtown, but most people still live with each other and come out to the house, so they all stayed at my house. My daddy was the man of the neighborhood and with a second grade education, but making it, you know. He's the first one to have the Cadillac in the garage, and he's the one that had the garden across the street and that had enough food for the whole community, and we fed everybody, and we had peas and corn and cabbage and everything in the garden.
That solid upbringing has a lot to do with the man George is today. Much of his comedy comes from personal experience and keen observations.
I go into IKEA, I didn't know the policy. So I went in IKEA, I told the salesperson, I like to have that desk. He said, okay, sir, I'll go in the back and get it for you. I said, oh, it's okay, I'll take this one on the floor. He said, no, sir, you gotta assemble it. You gotta put it together. I said, but it's okay, I'll take this on the floor. He said, sir. You got to put it together. I said, you know, I'm telling you right now, I see the scratch on the table. I'm gonna take this one right here. Sir! You got to put it together. He went in the back, he came back a few minutes later, he rung it up. I wrote him a check. I signed that check, and I took that check and I ripped it up to 1,000 pieces. He said, sir, we can't take this. I said, put it together.
George designed several items in his penthouse.
I got about 5 pieces of art around here lying on the floor.
He has an eye for art and color, but when they knocked on the door to deliver his groceries, I couldn't resist.
Sweetened iced tea.
It's on sale, girl.
And you got 2 gallons of it.
It's buy one, get one free.
I knew you were old.
I know you're not going in my refrigerator, Monica. Monica, I know you.
Oh, what does George Wallace eat? You eat out a lot.
Atlanta, Georgia, I don't know what this is. Maybe you do. I'd like to say one thing. One thing I don't trust, the only person I trust on a red t-shirt is people from Chick-fil-A. I cussed a guy out the other day. You know what he said to me? It's my pleasure. I love me some Chick-fil-A from Atlanta.
And Entenmann's, your donuts.
Entenmann donuts, yeah.
Okay, it's not bad.
George Wallace is more than just an accomplished comedian. In addition to a number of Lifetime Achievement Awards and other accolades, he's also an actor, an author, a radio personality, a U.S. comedy ambassador, and a motivational speaker. He's performed at military bases around the world. And if he comes to your town, he'll stick around after the show to sign autographs and take pictures with fans. His latest project is an upcoming sitcom with actress Laverne Cox. It's about a father who must come to terms with his son transitioning into a woman.
So we were having dinner with my friend Dan, and we was in a light bulb went off in my head. I wanted to do something. I said, what if I had a son that I didn't know what was going on in his life? He moves to New York for a few years. This was happened. 30 years later, he knocks on the door. She said, Dad, it's me. Me who? Edwin. Edwin who? Who the hell is Edwin? Dad, it's me. Are you his wife? Laverne had transgendered, and I did not know. I had to accept her, even just living in my house. And I was also transitioning into her lifestyle. Every time I called her or him, I had to put $1 in the jar. just growing. And so the moral of the story is just live and let live.
George is also considering a second reboot of the classic film, Car Wash.
I'm doing so much. I also want to rewrite the movie The Wash. We did, you remember Car Wash?
Yes.
And with all of the guys, and Bill Dukey's still alive, so the people that are still alive. So what I want to do, I want to bring all the people from Car Wash. Then I did a movie called The Wash with Snoop Dogg and
With
Dr.
Snoop.
Dre. And then I got the new kids I want to bring in, like DC Youngfly and Chris Tucker. And the young people I want to bring, it's called Mr. Wash. And I want to write that movie.
I asked him one final question before we wrap.
What do you want your legacy to be? And then I'm going to shut up. What is George Wallace's legacy?
Is I hope you had a good time like he did. He had fun. Make sure you enjoy your life and do all I've done.
Anybody here work at Home Depot? Does anybody work at Home Depot? Does anybody here work at Home Depot? I feel like I'm actually in the store. Anybody work here? You go to Home Depot, you can't find nobody help you, can you? Nobody, but you know me, I be thinking. I bought my own orange apron. Took a magic marker, wrote my name in right here. Walking every day with a wheelbarrow loaded up and walked right out the
His name is as unique as his career. When we return, I go one-on-one with Steak Shapiro to find out the story behind his name. Plus, later in the show,
Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoice.
he's known for his hit song, Whoop, There It Is, and has been called a one-hit wonder. But DC Glenn tells me why he's okay with that title.